Hey everyone, so today we're going to be making a Moroccan spice ground turkey with roasted zucchini and also roasted carrots. So we have our mise en place over here. I have thinly sliced zucchini. I also have some frozen carrots that's already cut. It's going to help you shorten the cooking time in the oven. That way your zucchini and your carrots can finish around the same time. We're going to keep it very, very simple. Just season with a little bit of salt and pepper with that. So let's go ahead and get that started. I have my bowl. I'll take my already cut zucchini. So the easiest way to do that is to cut the ends off and to cut them into half moons and just thinly slice them. I have my carrots right here. I use some frozen carrots too. It's also easier to deal with. You want to make sure when you use your get the frozen carrots, it's just frozen carrots. It's not tossed with olive oil, butter, or anything like that. You just want to make sure they're really light and plain. We're going to add a little bit of olive oil right here. It's going to help the seasoning stick. Salt and pepper, and as always, the full breakdown of the measurements is in the description. So please follow along on that, and you can use that as your template. Add a little bit of pepper. We're going to give this a nice little toss and mix. So a lot of people always ask me, why do I start with certain things first in my lives? Is because this is going to take some time to cook. And while this is cooking in the oven, we're going to cook our ground turkey. So both items can be done around the same time. So once this is nice and mixed, you're going to use a baking dish. I just have a oven safe skillet right here. I'm going to add this to it. Make sure it's evenly spread out. You don't want it overcrowding. And the reason why we want it to cook, we want it to brown. So that oil is going to help it brown. It's also help the seasoning stick. We're going to add this to our oven at 400 degrees. And we're going to let that go for a little bit, okay? Make sure you follow along with the directions. It'll give you the precise time of how long it needs to cook. All right, so while that's going, we have a Moroccan spice ground turkey. So we have our nice spice blend, and the measurements are broken down in the description again. And this has a little bit of salt, pepper, coriander, cumin, cayenne for a little bit of heat, and a whole bunch of other stuff. It's going to really help. We got some thinly diced red onions, and we also have our ground turkey. You want to make sure you use very lean ground turkey. 90-10 or 93-7 is preferable. You want to make sure you also use turkey breast, okay? Sometimes you get ground turkey, it's mixed with white and dark meat, but this is just 100% turkey breast, very, very lean. So now we're going to get our pan nice and hot. We're going to add a little bit of olive oil to the bottom of the pan. And I'm using a non-stick skillet, and the reason why is because we can use less oil. So non-stick, you just add enough oil just to lightly coat it, and that way you can cook without your food sticking. We're going to cook the onions and the turkey together, and then we're going to add the spices, and then we're going to finish it off with cilantro. So I'm going to add my onions, and you want to hear that nice sizzle. Now we're going to add our ground turkey, just like that. And we're going to start breaking this up. You want to break this up, smash it around. I'm smashing it around now. Flatten it out on top of the whole area. It's because I wanted to be able to create a nice little crust. Okay, I'm going to take my seasoning and I'm going to go ahead and season my turkey. There we go. Now once it's sit for a little bit, you can see that the spices are getting nice and toasted. You can start smelling it. The onion is starting to cook, the turkey is starting to cook. I'm going to break it up now, and I'm going to mash it up. So crumble it up a little bit. There we go. So the onions are going to cook down into the turkey, and it also is going to help the turkey from drying out. It's going to add a little bit of moisture and also flavor. And you want to keep going around. Just like that. This process should take about 4 to 5 minutes. And I have it on medium-high heat. And you just want to keep breaking that up. Oop. We had a little bit spill on the side. That's okay. All right, keep mixing this up. You want to make sure your ground turkey gets to 165. That's when you know it's done. So you want to make sure you use a meat thermometer to temp it. All right, I'm gonna let that sit for a minute and cook. So now I have our cilantro right here that we're going to add at the very end. So when it's finished, we're gonna add the cilantro. At the end, we do not wanna add it while it's still cooking because it's going to diminish some of the flavor. It's going to turn it brown a little bit, and we don't wanna cook that cilantro flavor out. We wanna add it at the very end. At this stage right here, you have a lot of moisture in the bottom of the pan. That's good. Those onions will really help the turkey stay nice and moist. If you have a lid, this would be a nice technique to dome it. It's going to trap some of that steam in there for you, and it will help your turkey from not drying out too much. So once everything is cooked through, just like this, all the spices are well incorporated, the onions are nice and soft, I'm going to go ahead and cut it off. Add a little bit of my cilantro. And you want to save a little bit for garnish. So the cilantro is added. Give this a nice little mix. And there you go. So that's done. So now while we're going to push this to the side, I cut the heat off and that's sitting. I'm going to go ahead and take our zucchini and our carrots out. I actually have one that's already done. That's right here and nice and roasted, ready to come out. So this dish is super quick, super simple to do. So they both finish around the same time. For portion size, you want to make sure that you have a cup to 2 cups of vegetables, and you can always measure that out. Gonna take my scoop right here, put that right in the bottom of the plate. And like I said, the portion size for this is a cup to 2 cups. Now I'm going to take some of our ground turkey. You want to measure this out by weight. So 4 to 6 ounces of ground turkey is your serving size. Put that right on top. And this is going to have tons and tons of flavor. There we go. And then like I said, you want to save some cilantro to the very end. Toss some more with some cilantro. And now you have a Moroccan spice ground turkey with roasted zucchini and carrots. And there you go.